And admittedly, this basically has to do with just Count Dooku and General Grievous. Okay. So I said I would have Dooku survive. He escapes. It wasn't part of the plan that he did that, but he escapes. He gets the Utapau. He calls Sidious. Sidious kind of gets on him because, what the hell? He's like, what the hell did you do that for? And Sidious like, disobey me again, and I will kill you myself. Sidious plays. Dooku plays the toady. It basically bows and I'll do as you say. Take the leaders to Mustafar. Susie shuts it down. Now, okay. Now we get into what I would do. And this would change everything in the Clone Wars and the Rebels TV shows. Well, not everything, but a big thing. Now, at the end of... Because I didn't think of this until after I'd finished. No, I did think of this, but I didn't. I wanted to save it for this discussion. At the end of... near the end of Clone Wars, Attack of the Clones. I wish it was called Clone Wars. What made it such a better idea of... Dooku meets up with Sidious on Coruscant, and they're saying, hey, war's begun, plan's going great. Now, what I would have done is, when they're walking in, what I would have liked, would have really made, it would have, in my view, actually used another character who in the first movie wasn't used as much. And that being Darth Maul. When they're walking, they're walking into a room. They're talking. Sidious is like, I'm glad that everything's going well. But, he just kind of goes, but. They both look up, and there's this shadowy figure, or hanging on this thing with droids and stuff, looking like they're fucking and putting something together and all this stuff. And Palpatine's like, don't disappoint me like your predecessor did. And he just kind of walks out, leaving Dooku staring at this robotic monstrosity being built. And that robotic monstrosity turns out to be General Grievous. Now, what I just said about Sidious telling Dooku about, don't disappoint me, like, basically, don't disappoint me the way Maul did. That machine that they're putting together that's eventually going to turn into General Grievous is actually Darth Maul. That's right. Sidious, instead of Maul basically, like in the cartoon where Maul gets thrown with a trash, Sidious figures out Maul's there just by sensing him, finds him in the refuse, and decides, you know what? He takes the top half of him and goes, you know what? You're not going to die today. You're not going to die. You failed me as an apprentice. You were a complete failure. You'll be good better, but you're still going to serve me as a puppet. So he basically turns Maul into Grievous. Nobody knows this except for, just like nobody knows he's Palpatine, except for Dooku and him. So, let's go forward. Now, because of the whole Palpatine being there, Grievous still has to play despite having Obi-Wan looking at him right there and him wanting to tear him apart because of what happened on Naboo, he doesn't want. He's like, he just kind of seethes in that thing. I don't know how you do it. I don't know. He kind of keeps poking around, kind of hinting at Kenobi that he really, for whatever reason, wants to kill him. But Kenobi doesn't get it because he doesn't know why Grievous is being taken this so personally. He just kind of makes a snarky remark back at Grievous about taking it personal. And Grievous is like, you have no idea how personal it really is. But I will enjoy tearing you when I get a chance to cut you to pieces. And, we go with the whole bridge scene. This actually would make the battle on Utapau more personal between the two. Because now Grievous with Dooku is already planning on going after Sidious, because they're now Dooku and Maul are now kind of trying to become the new master apprentice duo. Who's who? I would go with Dooku as the master, since obvious reasons. But Maul's now that he's already planning on killing Sidious, and he's prepping his armies for the final battle. And then Kenobi just literally drops in. He's like, oh, well. And the scene kind of goes the same way. And he telling him that, eventually telling the droids to back off. This is something like, make it him sound like a more personal matter. And when Kenobi goes, your move, he goes, he just kind of makes a comment, I've been waiting since Naboo to finally get my revenge, Kenobi. And it runs the same thing. He eventually buggers off because the whole place is turning into a freaking kill zone because he got droids firing. He runs because he knows Kenobi's going to chase after him, and he wants to be the one who kills Kenobi. He doesn't want to stray fire laser bolt hitting Kenobi while he's fighting him, or him. So when they get to the thing, they're fighting, and Kenobi's using the staff, and Grievous just kind of laughs at him because he's like, you still have no idea what's going on here. You have no idea how badly you've been played. Aid, you Jedi are so arrogant. But you know what? This has been like I said, this has been a long time coming. By the way, how about no, this has been a long time coming. After this, tell your after this is done, tell me in this fight, after this is gone, I'm going to send you to meet. After I've done tormenting you with all the torments that have been placed on me, I'm going to be sending you to see that worthless master of yours. And then he pulls out, he kind of pulls out his freaking saber, his lightsaber. I just think this would, I'm going to have to edit this to be a little bit more eloquent, but just Grievous pulling out Darth Maul's lightsaber and just switching it on. Like the lightsaber's back it's a new lightsaber, but it's the same looks the same way. And he's like, you remember this, Kenobi? Remember this? What happened to a similar lightsaber after it cut a hole into your master? Fitting, and then he attacks. Kenobi finally realizing, oh shit, this is Maul. Too late. And the fight goes on. It's totally personal now. Kenobi's fighting a guy who the guy who murdered his master, and he thought he defeated he thought he killed on Naboo. But here he is. He's back. He's got a robotic body. He's freaking angry at his master. He's angry at the entire galaxy, because he blames the entire galaxy for completely abandoning him. But here's someone, the one guy who started this whole thing. And now not only is he going to try to kill this guy for his own revenge, but he's going to try to he's hoping that'll get him in good graces with Sidious. In the end, I would think he gets a better death than just getting shot, having Kenobi rip his insides out and getting shot. But I would have liked to see that, simply because it would have been such a better use of Maul. It would have been such a better thing where Maul gets cut up at the end of the first film. It's hinted at that Sidious found him, brought him to Coruscant for an explicit thing to freaking torment the living hell out of him, and then encase him into this robotic body of General Grievous, and freaking use him to push this war, which he was going to do anyway. But it would have been so good to see that. I really, really wish we got that. Just seeing that would have been so awesome. It would have been such a better... It would have helped with Maul. It would have made Maul such a better character in the series, and not just made it feel more like something that Lucas kind of shrugged his shoulders at. Because all Maul is, he's basically he's Boba Fett. He's Boba Fett in the prequels. Let's not kid ourselves. He's that character who was around for maybe 5-10 minutes tops in the entire trilogy, and then he got thrown to the side by Lucas because he had no idea how to freaking... He didn't either A, didn't think he was that important, or B, just didn't think, because George Lucas.